The trade isn't official yet, but Antonio Brown's already got himself fitted in the Raiders jersey. Pretty nice Photoshop, I would have to say. We'll have more on AB with our NFL Insider. Welcome to Geico Sports Night, beautiful people. I'm Chris Williamson. Coming up on the show, we'll dive deeper into Mr. Big Chess, big move, and what it means for Jets GM Mike McCagnon going forward. Plus, with Olivier Vernon gone, is Dave Gettleman's first phone call during free agency going to be to someone on defense? We'll discuss, but we start with local baseball. Both Jay Happ and Steven Matz on the mound in spring training. The latter facing the Cardinals on Sunday. Match's first two spring starts have been rough ones. The lefty is given a lead in the second thanks to Dom Smith, who continues to swing a hot bat this spring, improving his case to be the opening day first baseman. Mets take a 1-0 lead. Two batters later, it's 2 on with 2 down for Ahmed Rosario. Sitting fastball on a 3-1 count, and he does not miss it. A shot down the line barely stays fair for a 3-run homer, his second of the spring. Mets take a 4-0 lead. So a nice cushion for Matz as he goes to work in the third, making quick work of Matt Carpenter. 4 scoreless innings, just 3 hits allowed for the lefty. Bottom 3 now. Leading things off is Jeff McNeil, an excellent 2-strike hitter last season, and more of the same here. A blast deep to right for his second homer of the spring. Mets cruise to a 9-1 win, and Steven Matz was quick to credit his new catcher, Wilson Ramos, for success on Sunday.
He talked a little bit to me about my last outing, just some things we wanted to accomplish today, and we're able to carry it a little bit. Still got room for improvement, but it's been good to work with him.
He was solid. Threw the ball over the plate when he needed to. I saw a great changeup. I saw him getting through his changeup really good and selling it, and a successful spring training outing that he can build off of.
GM Brody Van Wagenen should be very pleased with how his youthful players have been playing this spring. Ahmed Rosario leads the way with a .500 batting average, while Dom Smith and Pete Alonso not far behind him, 7 and 6 ribbies for them respectively. Jeff McNeil brings up the rear.
We have a lot of talent on the team, but we don't have a lot of dogs on this team. We put it like that. We just don't. You know what a dog is. Just you know what it is. We need more players and we need more dogs. Simple as that.
Jamal, we hear you, dog. And with free agency right around the corner, we are excited to see what players the Jets will acquire. But until then, Jamal, we have some dogs for you.
We need more players and we need more dogs. Simple as that.
A few months ago, Jamal Adams wasn't looking for some puppies, but some dogs on his team. As you can see, some players actually have dogs. But seriously, the Jets may have found a dog Sunday that would make Adams very happy. New York reportedly has agreed to trade their 2019 fifth-round pick for Raiders Pro Bowl guard Kelechi Osemele. Osemele is coming off a mediocre year after dealing with injuries, but when healthy, the 29-year-old is a 2-time Pro Bowler. He's due to make $10 million and almost $12 million over the next 2 years. The Jets also received the Raiders' 6th-round pick for this year's draft in the deal. And I think Adams, the Prez, approves of this trade. He tweeted out a picture of him getting manhandled by Osemele in a game. The caption, "Man strong as hell. Thank God you are a part of us now." And for more on the Jets, we are joined now by our NFL insider, Ralph Vacchiano. Ralph, what can the Jets expect to get from Kelechi Osemele?
Well, they've got a starting quality guard who is an upgrade, I think, over James Carpenter from last season. He's a little expensive. He's costing them more than $10 million each of the next 2 years, but his contract's not guaranteed, so they can always get out of that pretty easily. I think the thing for the Jets is they solidify a 4th spot now along that offensive line before free agency begins. And when you looked at the guard market, there wasn't a lot out there. They were going to look at Roger Saffold of the Rams, but so was everybody else in the league. So I think they get this off their plate before they go into free agency. And by the way, having a pretty good offensive line solidified, it's a good selling point for Le'Veon Bell.
And now going back to the biggest story from the weekend, Le'Veon Bell's former teammate Antonio Brown. Should Jets fans be upset at the details of the Brown trade?
Well, I'm sure they are. It does look like it's inexpensive. You get him for only a 3rd and a 5th round pick. Obviously, they paid him a lot of money as well, but that's not a big deal for the Jets, who have a ton of cap room. I think from the Jets' perspective, they think that, he wasn't really worth the headaches that came along with him. And on top of that, I think they like their receiving core. They'll be in the market for a slot receiver. Danny Amendola was just freed up from down in Miami, a guy like that. But they think they've got receivers in Quincy Enunwa and Robbie Anderson that are pretty good. If you're a Jets fan, would you have preferred Antonio Brown? Yeah, absolutely. I didn't think it would have been a good move because of the headaches. But yeah, I could see why Jets fans might be a little upset.
What about Golden Tate?
Yeah, Golden Tate's available too. He's 30 or 31 now. He's probably the best guy out there. Certainly a guy that they might look at as well. The fact that he's the best on the market, though, tells you that it's not a great wide receiver market. There's really no, other than Antonio Brown, who's now obviously gone, there's no true number one guy out there, which might be the real need for the Jets.
Yeah, now with the legal tampering period starting noon Monday for free agency, besides Le'Veon Bell, what names will we hear in regards to the Jets?
Well, you're going to hear pass rushers like crazy. You'll hear them call about Dante Fowler of the Rams. You'll hear them call about Zeke Ansah of the Detroit Lions, Trey Flowers of the New England Patriots, guys like that. They are going to be aggressive, I think, in trying to get a pass rusher before they head into the draft. You'll also hear them calling about those receivers as well. Wouldn't be surprised if they call about Golden Tate. I think Danny Amendola is definitely a guy for them. And, the one position on the offensive line they still need to fill is center. And there's a guy from Denver, Matt Paradis, who has a history with Adam Gase. So those are some of the names, but really pretty much every name out there at a position of need for the Jets, they've got the money to be involved. So don't be shocked if you hear them calling a lot of agents in the first 48 hours.
And now you mentioned a lot of pass rushers, but one name you didn't mention was Justin Houston, who was released from the Chiefs on Sunday. Do you think the Jets might make a play for him?
Yeah, I think it's possible. I think that, you got to put him on the list of guys they're going to look at. I think the real object of their affection is going to be Dante Fowler. He's a guy that they've been trying to go after for 3 years now, tried to trade for him twice. But, any available pass rusher, they'll be in on to sort of hedge their bets. So, yeah, they'll call about Justin Houston, no doubt.
Now, moving over to the Giants, they made what seems like a good trade with the Cleveland Browns on Friday, addressing their offensive line. So who will they be calling on Monday to talk free agent contracts?
Well, for them, you're going to look at a lot of, I guess, B-level, second-level free agents. It doesn't necessarily mean they'll wait very long, but they don't really have the cap room to be involved in the top guys. I think you're going to look to them to try to fill their last position on the offensive line. Darrell Williams is a guy that Dave Gettleman drafted in Carolina. Could be a right tackle for the Giants. I think you're going to look to see what bargain cornerbacks are out there, what bargain safeties are out there. There are a ton of safeties, by the way, and that's going to be really interesting how they fill the Landon Collins hole. Most of the safeties out there are expecting a big payday, but they're all not going to get it. So you have to wonder if there's going to be somebody that slips through the cracks that they'll be able to take a chance on to fill Landon Collins' shoes.
All right, Ralph, you should be a busy man this week, so we look forward to hearing from you later in the week. Thanks so much.
My pleasure.
For more on the Jets, Jonas Schwartz, Janae Coakley, Ralph Vacchiano, and our NFL analysts will have all the latest news and notes as the NFL free agency period begins. Jets Nation free agency special this Wednesday at 4 p.m. only on SNY. Just getting started on Geico Sports Night. James Dolan's mood has not been good lately, so did hitting the road to equally cold Minnesota Sunday night improve his teams. We'll also head back down to warm Tampa this time and check in on and up in down outing for J. Happ, but one member of the vaunted bullpen continued to mow him down. Plus, we'll check in on the struggling Islanders, who probably will be without Johnny Boychuk Monday night thanks to this hit. We'll hear from head coach Barry Trotz when Geico Sports Night returns.
Geico Sports Night is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
Oh, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico could help you save on homeowners insurance.
Nice tip. I'll give you $2 for the chair.
2? That's a Victorian antique.
All right. How much for the recliner, then?
Wait. How did that get out here? That is definitely not for sale.
Is this a yard sale?
If it's in the yard, then it's for sale.
Here we go.
Geico. It's easy to switch and save on homeowners and renters insurance. Young men didn't know we had enough. We had enough.
Junior Achievement teaches young people all over the world to prepare them for the future of work. We go into classrooms and we teach entrepreneurial skills and leadership skills. When you actually create a business when you're in your teens, it raises your self-confidence.
Junior Achievement is really unique because they inspire young people to think creatively.
The City Foundation's Pathways to Progress initiative helped us reach kids in over 50 countries. City has also loaned us their executives and their employees to help us deliver our programs. Our youth are 3 times more likely to become entrepreneurs, and they're more likely to create jobs for others.
They are going to bring an entrepreneurial spirit to making our world a better place.
The Ford Escape is the car you want when you want an SUV. But also the SUV you want when you want a car.
Now get an Escape with 0% financing for 60 months plus $500 bonus cash or lease for just $199 a month. Only at your local Ford store.
Ladies, have you heard about the new X series of scratch-offs from the New York Lottery? X series? Yeah, X series. You can multiply your winnings extensively, up to 100 times.
That exists?
Exceedingly so.
An extravaganza of extra winnings sounds excellent. How's Xavier?
Excelling at all his extracurriculars, really exceeding the experts' expectations. How's Lex?
Back with his ex.
Oh. Examine the new X series of scratch-offs exclusively from the New York Lottery, with prizes up to but not exceeding $5 million. Just look for the X.
Friday, Rugby United New York, the city's first professional rugby franchise, returns to SNY as they aim for victory against the Toronto Arrows. Coverage begins Friday at 7, only on SNY. SNY.TV. All things New York sports, all on one site, with easy access to up-to-the-minute news on all of your favorite New York area teams, featuring insider info, opinion, scores, stats, exclusive interviews, and video features, constantly updated by bloggers as passionate about New York sports as you are. Only on SNY.TV, your online home of all things New York sports. All things New York sports, all on one site, only on SNY.TV.
Sell the team! Anything I should sell the team? You want to not come to any more games? Why? Because that's rude. It's an opinion. No, it's not an opinion. And you know what? Enjoy watching them on TV.
The last time we saw the Knicks, owner James Dolan was caught on camera basically threatening to ban a fan from coming to any more home games in person. Sunday, Dolan couldn't throw anybody out because his 13-win team played on the road in Minneapolis. The Knicks beginning their 3-game road trip facing the Timberwolves. Early second, Alonzo Trier sets up Lance Thomas, who hits a corner 3 to give the Knicks a 3-point lead. Then late in the second quarter, Knicks down 6. Dennis Smith Jr. drives in the paint, finds Mitchell Robinson with a nice behind-the-back pass. Robinson finishes plus the foul. Take another look. Beautiful pass by Smith. Tough finish from Robinson. Final seconds of the first half. Jeff Teague from almost the logo hits a deep 3 as time expires, giving the Timberwolves a 10-point lead going into half. Late in the fourth quarter, Knicks still down by 10 off the Kevin Knox turnover. Keita Bates Diop sets up Cameron Reynolds, who hits the 3 to give the T-Wolves a 13-point lead. Knicks would go on to lose their 6th straight, falling to the Timberwolves 103-92. Here's Coach Fizdale talking about his young guys.
Still trying to fight them to get 48 minutes in of consistent effort, communication, connection. Want to see guys advance in their roles. I thought tonight Kevin had a much better offensive game, much more comfortable, fluid game. Mitchell Robinson continues to be Mitchell Robinson. Almost had a double-double with the 5 blocks. I thought Zoe and Dennis both played well, and then obviously Dot did what he did. And that's what I'm really looking for, especially from those young guys, is can they keep taking steps forward, limiting mistakes, which we didn't tonight, and growing in those fundamental areas that we're going to need them to be good at next year.
So in a race for who can tank the best, the Knicks are your #1 team at 13-54. The Suns, who upset the Warriors Sunday night, have 14 games left, and the Cavs are still in the hunt for the league's worst record, which guarantees you no worse than the 5th pick in the draft. Yankees hosting the Pirates in Tampa. Jay Happ on the mound, first inning. He strikes out the side, including this punch-out of Josh Bell. 6 strikeouts for Happ on the day, but he gets hit in the 3rd. Jung-Ho gone. Goes the other way for the homer. Happ gives up 3 runs over 4 innings. 4th inning, Pirates up 3-2. Clint Frazier rips an RBI single to center. Yankees scored 3 in the 4th inning. Then Adam Ottavino came on in relief in the 5th. He strikes out gone looking. He also struck out the side in his only inning of work. Bottom half of the 5th, reserve third baseman Gio Urshela laces his first home run of the spring to left center. That put him up 4-3. Yanks go on to win 6-5. Back to the Mets, young blood Ahmed Rosario continued his solid spring Sunday, playing in his first game since getting hit in the hand by a pitch. Rosario smoked one to left field in the bottom of the 2nd, and he likes where he's at right now.
Me siento bien, creo que algo que yo vengo trabajando, ya que en el pasado ese picheo yo no hacía swing.
I think it's great that I've been able to make adjustments and improve on that, because back then I couldn't even swing at those type of pitches.
Selection Sunday is fast approaching, and we've got your local March Madness highlights up next, including Hofstra trying to advance to the CAA semis, and the Gales trying to make the MAC title game. And Rangers fans finally had a reason to smile Saturday night, and it was thanks to the youth movement. So how's the process going? We've got a status report next.
Geico Sports Night is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
A truly historic season. Determination. Full year, 1.7 ERA. An absolute master. Domination. Excellent. The masterful Jacob deGrom. Come celebrate the 2018 National League Cy Young Award winner, April 7th. The first 25,000 fans will receive their own Cy Young Award, the Jacob deGrom Cy Young Bobblehead. Purchase tickets at Mets.com/tickets.
Our military uses high-tech surveillance equipment to keep you safe, like aircraft that can listen in on conversations from hundreds of miles away. Hi, I'm Hunter Ellis. Now you too can experience super hearing with Magic Ear by Atomic Beam. It can hear a pin drop from 100 feet away. No more embarrassing complaints as you watch TV.
Please, turn that down.
You can adjust the volume for your personal listening. With Magic Ear, you don't have to turn up the volume or ask anyone to repeat themselves. This state-of-the-art breakthrough lets you adjust volume to hear better than anyone in the room. You can even hear a whisper 100 feet away.
Have you seen Dawn? She looks amazing.
And pick up sounds you'd never hear. It's hard to hear in the backseat of a car.
Are you okay?
I can't hear you back here. Now sit back and talk comfortably.
Can you hear me back there?
Loud and clear. Use Magic Ear in theaters and meetings.
What do you say?
You'll hear every word clearly, comfortably, no matter where you're sitting. Magic Ear gives you the incredible experience of super hearing. Sportsmen and bird watchers use it to hear noises that are too low for the human ear.
People think it's a pocket radio, and I like that.
I love how discreet it is. Fits in the palm of your hand. No one even knows you're listening.
Discover for yourself the thrilling experience of super hearing. Order Magic Ear by Atomic Beam right now for just $19.99. But wait, order now and you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. Plus, we'll ship them free and fast. That's 2 Magic Ear by Atomic Beam and free shipping. This technology cost over $150 million, but Magic Ear, it's a deal. Order now.
Call 1-800-401-5208. That's 1-800-401-5208. Or visit getmagicear.com. So call 1-800-401-5208. Order now.
Wednesday, Wilson Ramos looks to blast the Mets to victory when the Stros visit Port St. Lucie as they start to get things ramped up while the regular season approaches. Mets Astros, presented by Citi. Coverage begins Wednesday at 1, only on SNY.
UConn women taking on USF. Huskies missing one of their stars, Katie Lou Samuelson. She's expected to miss the entire conference tournament with a back injury. Early in the second quarter, Huskies with a 15-point lead. Crystal Dangerfield feeds Nafisa Collier, who drains the three. Collier finished with 23 points and 12 boards. Now time winding down in the second. Off the Collier missed three, Kristen Williams comes up with the rebound and hits the jumper as time expires. UConn would go on to win 81-45 as they advance to the finals of the AAC Conference Tournament. And our Justine Ward caught up with Gino Auriemma after the big win.
Gino, you just saw USF on Monday. What was the biggest difference for your team in this game as you look back at your effort on Monday?
I thought our defensive awareness was way better. We knew exactly where we wanted to guide them and how we wanted to defend them. And then we actually did it. So that set the tone for everything else. You know, it got us out in transition a couple times. And it was just a lot more focused than it was last Monday.
You don't have Katie Lou. Have you learned anything about your team and not having her so far?
Well, yeah. I learned that I don't like coaching my team without Katie Lou. I know that. I learned that like I didn't know it already. But some of these young players, you know, Liv and Kristen, Megan, you know, they're getting an opportunity to play in games that mean a lot, you know, and tomorrow they're getting a chance to play in a championship game, you know, and that's a whole different ball game than playing in a regular season game or a quarterfinal game or semifinal game. And then there's, you know, another tournament coming up where every game is like a championship game. You win or you're done. So I'm anxious to see what they do tomorrow because this is be their first time in that environment.
Flyers winger Jakub Voracek was suspended 2 games for a cheap shot on Islander star Johnny Boychuk during New York's 5-2 loss Saturday, which left them 2-3 since beating John Tavares and the Leafs. But Coach Barry Trotz isn't hitting the panic button.
We're in good shape. We just got to get a little bit of our battle edge back, and our battle edge will come in different forms. And tomorrow's we all know how big the game is tomorrow. We got 14 games to see if we can be one of the teams that gets an invitation to the dance.
And here's the updated playoff picture for you Islander fans, presented by Geico. Up next, it's a home game with Columbus Monday night, followed by a visit from the Canadiens on Thursday. Then it's 2 straight on the road, Saturday afternoon in Detroit and Sunday night in Minnesota. Meanwhile, the Rangers finally ended their 6-game losing streak in a win versus the Devils. With the playoffs out of reach, their focus starts with developing the youngsters. For more on that, here's Maria Marino, who was at practice on Sunday.
Standings aside, the Rangers had a bounce in their step, coming off their first win since February 23rd, which broke a 6-game skid and makes their upcoming 4-game road trip a lot more palatable. Coach David Quinn credits veteran leadership for being able to get that done.
Last night would have been a very easy game. Down 2-0. That 5-minute stretch we were, they kind of took control of that first period to really not respond the way we did. And I know, obviously, they've got a ton of injuries. They've got a lot of call-ups. That aside, I'm just focusing on how we went about our business. And I really liked how we went about our business. We pushed aside the frustration and the way that period ended, and we kept playing. So, I give our older guys and our veterans a lot of credit for that because that could have snowballed.
One of the younger guys learning from the vets is Libor Hayek. He scored his first NHL goal Saturday, but unfortunately could not practice Sunday due to a separated left shoulder. The timeline for his return is unclear. From the Rangers practice facility, Maria Marino, SNY.
One of the most iconic players in Rangers history has died. Hall of Famer Harry Howe passed away Saturday night near his hometown of Hamilton, Ontario. He played 17 seasons in a franchise record 1,160 games for the Rangers. Harry the Horse was a 7-time All-Star and was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1979. The Rangers also retired his number 3 jersey. The organization put out a statement sending their most heartfelt condolences to the Howe family. His wife sadly passed away last month. Harry Howe was 86 years old.
Geico makes it easy to get help when you need it. With licensed agents available 24/7. It's not just easy. It's having a walrus and goal easy.
It's a walrus! Ridiculous!
Yes! Nice save, big guy! Good job, Duncan! Way to go!
It's not just easy, it's Geico easy.
Oh, Duncan, stay up. No sleepies.
Jets fans, 2019 New York Jets season tickets are on sale now. Don't miss exciting matchups with the Giants, Cowboys, Steelers, Patriots, and more. Secure the best seats and pricing at nyjets.com/season tickets.
Tired of the winter blues? Need a break from your daily grind? Ready to press pause and make time for you? Escape to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and let the calming surf, soft sand, and warm sun do the work. With amazing deals all along the coast, it's the perfect time for a seaside getaway. So make time for you. Visit Myrtle Beach, where happiness comes in waves.
The body, it is a work of art, an incredible feat of engineering, and a beautiful biological mystery. A mystery scientists work tirelessly to unravel. And while many questions remain, we now have new insight into why our immune system has difficulty detecting cancer cells in the body. This new understanding has led to a revolutionary approach called immunotherapy, and a new hope for fighting cancer. Immunotherapy works by boosting our body's natural immune system, empowering it to identify and eradicate many types of cancer cells. Speak with your doctor and visit su2c.org/immunotherapy to see if this approach may be right for you or your loved one. Your body might just be your greatest hope.
Hey, Joey.
Hey!
Home game tonight. You get an injury update?
Oh, don't even get me started, bro. My sciatica's acting up. I think I pulled a muscle in my neck. I don't even know what this thing is. I don't know where it happened, but I kind of developed like some underarm acne. I think I gotta switch out my roll-on. Have you ever seen this before? Take a look. Come in close. Yeah, whoa. Where you going?
SNY, complete coverage of every New York team, anytime, from any device.
Get your New York sports here.
All things New York sports, all on one site with easy access to up-to-the-minute news on all of your favorite New York area teams, only on SNY.TV.
College hoops, Hofstra taking on JMU. Midway through the second half, Justin Wright Foreman drives and kicks it out to Jalen Ray, who makes the three to put Hofstra up by 5. 5 minutes to go with the Pride up 9. Wright Foreman, double covered. He finds Jaquil Taylor, who slams it home. Take another look at the smooth pass by Wright Foreman. 5 players finished in double figures for the Pride. They defeat JMU 76-67 and advance to the semifinals of the CAA Conference Tournament Monday night against Delaware. MAAC semifinals between a pair of Empire State teams. Iona and Siena. Top seed Iona off to a great start. Sante Gist takes the pass and drains a corner 3. He led all scorers with 22. Then with time winding down the first half, Ricky McGill steps into a three-pointer as the horn sounds. Iona led by 13 at the break. Second half now. Iona still up big. McGill penetrates and gets a tough layup to fall. Iona wins 73-57 and advances to the conference tourney final Monday versus Monmouth. UConn taking on ECU. The Huskies' Jalen Adams has missed the last 7 games with a sprained knee, but was adamant about returning for the game. Tie game early in the second half. Adams throws the alley-oop to Sidney Wilson to give the Huskies the lead. Then late in the second half, with the Huskies up 5, Tyler Pauly comes up with the steal. Christian Vitale gives it to Wilson, who slams it home. Then less than 90 seconds to go. Adams driving the lane, alley-oop to Josh Carlton. UConn goes on to win 82-73. And one more baseball note, former Oriole Adam Jones has found a new home. He signed a one-year deal with the Arizona Diamondbacks. And on that note, we are out of time here on Geico Sports Night. People, I'm Chris Williamson. Have a wonderful start to your week on Monday.